What is going on, true believers? Guys, I hope you're having a great morning. It's like OJ said to Nicole, I'm gonna get you, bitch. Well, I don't know if he said that. Anyway, so exactly what I told you guys was going to happen on Sunday is now playing out real time. The Hong Kong ETFs were nothing close to what was expected or hoped for. $11 million in volume. But in the meantime, this is a great opportunity for a dip. And how do we respond to the dip? Well, we buy the dip. Now, if we buy the dip, then this is going to be a fantastic opportunity. It's going to be a fantastic buy. A moment in time, if you will, where this could be just really, really good. Now, in order for it to be really good, you got to have some capital on the side, if you will. If you don't, and you're already invested, then just sit patiently because we're in the bull run. We're here. Just because it hasn't exploded yet doesn't mean that it's not going to. We're almost at that spot where everything is ready for that big takeoff. And it just discovered, by the way, that on one of my monitors, I never took the plastic off. Ha ha, and also ha, because apparently I don't pay attention to shit around here. So if you like this type of content, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, bell to be notified of future content. We're going to kick this off. I've got a couple of different things to go over with you today. Top 3 cryptos to watch for the week. I've got top 4 cryptocurrencies to buy this month. I thought we'll do something a little bit different. We always go over the news, and we don't really get a chance to dig in too much to emerging projects other than somebody who approaches me and says, hey, I'll give you money to do a promotional something or other, right? So let's check some of these out. And remember, you lucky dogs, you got a new intro. So here we go.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, good morning to everybody who good mornings. And if you don't good morning to you anyway. And if it's good night for you or if it's good afternoon for you, that's exactly what I meant. I don't know why you're questioning me. I knew what I was talking about the first time. So Jay Locke, good morning. Masonic Mike is in the house. Dig through the dexes and burn through the futters. We slam in the back of my Dragula. So we know somebody likes Rob Zombie. Brian Bootyhead's in the house. We've got Omnicat who likes ICP Grasscoin and Catch Coin Pimp. Yes. Catch Coin $78 maybe in the future like ICP. We got Army Vet who is a new member. Thank you so much. Anybody else who's not a member of the channel, become a member of the channel, because if you don't, you're probably crazy and you're probably going to need Prozac or Adderall because, you know, you're just too low. You're just not getting it. You know what I mean? Mike Vollmer's in the house. Aaron Thompson's here. Richard Caldwell, good morning. Napalik is here. Good day, everyone. We've got George Lopez Garcia in the house. Poe is here. Oh my God, just snaked you, Perg. Let's go. We've got Ralph Roush here. Just wait another 70, 90 days and bullishness will come. That is exactly right. It might be a little bit sooner than that because we've already had this period of time. It might be lapsing a little bit earlier. Raf is giving you information for all of the past halvings. Remember, 87 days for a 20% increase in 2020, and in 2016, it took 143 days before we got that 20% increase. So anywhere in that range, that's when it's going to start to really take off. But we've already been in range right now for over 60 days. So potentially there could be a big move. Jason Pollin's in the house. What is going on? Aaron Thompson's here. Xander Harris, good morning. Hammerside says death metal intro for members only. Oh, God damn it. if I can make it happen, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm still trying to get a punk rock intro. I even wrote the lyrics for the punk rock song. I had everything scheduled. I had everything ready, and then Teenage Bottle Rocket was like, we're on tour, bro. We can't do that." And then of course it was gonna be like $5,000 to get the song done. Oh god damn it! And then I had some people who were gonna do covers of it. And then if you know a punk rock band that wants to do a cover, tell them I'm not giving them any money, but I will give them exposure by having it played on the show in the morning. And I would even give them the lyrics in the song to do the parody of. So Crypto Antagonist is here. Good morning, you bozos. Justin W in the house. Aaron Thompson. I missed the first. Jeff T. Mike Volmer. We got Centrifuge in the house. Abimbola Janet is here. We got Richard Nelson. Brian Bootyhead. Magna Roth is here. Tony P is in the house. Might be skipping if I miss you. It wasn't intentional. Carlos, good morning. Rakoff meme. Matter of fact, Rakoff's going to be featured today because Jed Rakoff, that's octogenarian POS. I think today is the day that they're going to do the sentencing on. I want to say I read it somewhere. I don't know for sure, and I couldn't find it when I started looking this morning. But there could be a settlement agreed to or a penalty imposed by a jury in the Terraform Labs versus the SEC case, and it could be today. So I think I think they're going in front of the judge today to talk about it, and the Fed is meeting today. So we should have some information on rate cuts, hikes, whatever it is at this point. AI Daily Answer says Cal and Dip, buy those. We've got Gazer in the house. Willard Morris, we've got him in the house. We've got Tom Collide here, bending it up. We got Brian Phipps. By the way, I have a short on Ben today, and it's going to be talking about how there was a group of people that came out with something called Bitard because they thought that they were going to make fun of Ben. They were going to mock Ben, and then they were going to have a higher market cap than Ben, blah, blah, blah. So it has a like $900,000 market cap, went up to like $1.8 million market cap. They had even Rodney, what's my guy out here? Like, why is Rodney out here doing this bullshit other than engagement farming? Which that could be the case, but didn't even come close. Bencoin still over 5 million market cap. Brocoin now over $8 million market cap. Brocoin actually had a $24 million market cap when I sold a couple of days ago. So it's not even close. Not even close. Not even close. So guys, remember who you're following and remember who you're listening to when they tell you bullshit, and remember that it's just bullshit. Right. The one person that you should probably have your tokens that kind of hold on to, Ben and Bro. I mean, the guy's the biggest influencer in the space. And even if that oscillates from time to time, he's going to do something crazy that's going to get people back on his radar, and people are going to be buying the shit out of whatever it is that he's, guys, it just makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense to you, you're not thinking clearly. Okay. Brian Phipps is in the house. We got Randy Tanner in the house. We've got Edwin Alvarez with XRP. Eddie C is in the house. Zico is here. We've got Benny Hill volting it up. We got AB Combs in the house. I did not short Ben. No, I don't have any idea yet. Oh yeah, CZ sentencing is today. That's what we're going to find out about today. So, whew, what a good day it is to be buying dips. Now, market-wise, here's what it looks like, and here's what I told you guys was probably going to happen, right? That we were going to come down here, and at some point we were going to kiss this 100 MA. Well, that was a couple days ago, and look what we've got now. We've got this dip all the way down here so far into 60,600. By the way, I gave you two numbers. I gave you 59,800, a range thereabout, and then I gave you down here 52,440 as the next range. Now, of course, I was less, I was more like it's going to happen over days, and we'll see whether or not that happens or not. But, for the moment right now, we could see a bounce happening right here and a continuation up to here, or we could see a continuation down into this range. So, it's really kind of open at this point what's going to be the next move. So, but we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. The important thing is these are the top 3 coins to watch for the month of May of this week. So Bitcoin is the reason that we're looking at Bitcoin is there's a possibility of a rebound coming very soon. Now, we did talk about this. I did tell you guys that as far as Bitcoin goes, we've already been here about 64 days. The last time we did this, it was about 64 days, and then we got a big upside move. Now, we've got this confluence of different pieces in place. We've got the American ETFs, we got the Hong Kong ETFs now, which, by the way, very low volume. We'll talk about in just a moment. But we've got this confluence of positive news happening in the markets. And of course, all of these are going to pick up. And if you remember, buy the rumor, sell the news, a lot of people were like, well, as soon as that Hong Kong ETF launches, it's going to explode. Well, that could be still the case, but the day of, that's a dippertunity. So if you're buying the dippertunity, then here it is for you right now. So I would certainly be checking it out. The asset recently underwent its halving cycle, which is considered to be a bullish event. It could hit an all-time high of 74,500 by May 6, according to Coin Codex. They also predicted Bitcoin to hit 85,000 May 27 of 2024. Changely also said that around May 6th, in their estimation, Bitcoin should be at or near 74,500, and they predicted it was going to be 74,000, 73,903 to be exact. But we're getting a lot of predictions of the exact same sort of level, amount, etc. So, I would get the sense and the feeling that perhaps something big might be coming. So, moving on, Shiba Inu is one of the most popular cryptocurrencies in the market, and the asset is known for turning several early investors into multimillionaires. It's down 8.9% in the last 7 days, 21% over the month. However, according to CoinDex, SHIB could hit 4 zeros, 35.18 in early May. They're anticipating a big pickup by early May. As a matter of fact, a lot of people seem to be anticipating that we're going to ride through here for the next week or so, a little bit more dip, and then we're going to start to see a rip. So the platform anticipates the dogs themed crypto would hit by May 27, 4 zeros, 80.42. They are predicting a big, big move coming very, very soon, which is closer to the all-time high. If the asset can hold 4 zeros, 8, it may witness a new all-time high coming right after. So a lot of bullish sentiment for SHIB. And then Toncoin. It has a stellar performance in 2024. It's down 7% so far this week. It's down 30% from its peak. However, according to Coin Codex, it could hit an all-time high of $7.79 on May 6th, and then $17.81 on May 27 of 2024. Why the bullishness? Well, more and more people are adopting Telegram as a means to communicate, and the payment service and the payment device that's available to you when you're using Telegram is Toncoin. So if that is the case, then it would stand to reason that that's something that you would want to use. So there you got it. By the way, these are my, by the way, we gotta clear one of those out because we're not holding that shit anymore. All right. All right, there we go. So now we're holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Render, Volt, Ben, Arbitrum, Doge, Injective, API3, XRP, ASM, and you know what? I just forgot another one. We're going to put in because he's a good dog. Because he's a good dog. And then I guess we just didn't put shit in here. Let's go ahead and add those in. And now we're going to run this one more time. So these are my holdings. This is what I'm holding. It's on 3 different exchanges and 2 different wallets: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Render, Volt, Ben, Arbitrum, Doge, Injective, API3, XRP, ASM, Myro, EXVG, and DevE. Also on, we'll probably be doing kind of a dual thing on Thursday because I'm going to be in a DevE chat. So I might just have you guys listen to it while I'm in it. Because it's happening at the same time, the live stream, if you will. I am getting a weird sort of Cyber Shield Fortress advertisement for McAfee for some reason, and I don't even use McAfee. Ew, gross. McAfee. Ugh. What's that guy says? What is it that crazy guy said? I did not kill myself. Some shit like that. I don't remember. Me being of a sound mind and rockin' bod, bro. You know what I mean? Like what? I don't remember what he said, but something like that. What was his name? John McAfee. John McAfee. So anyway, so these are the tokens. If you want to check them out, do your own research. Decide what's best for you. You know what? Carlos is right. I do hold Rakoff tokens. In fact, I have Rakoff tokens. I have Lenny Lunk. I have Terra tokens. I have Hamster tokens. I have a whole bunch of them in the Terra ecosystem. I bring these to you for a lot of times because I just say, hey, listen, send me some tokens so that they're in my wallet because then we got something that we can talk about all the time. So I do that, and so but let's move on. So let's get back into what we were talking about before. Now, Bitcoin slips under 62,000 as the Hong Kong ETF disappoints. Now, um, Asia's first Bitcoin and Ether ETFs debuted with dismal trading volumes. The 6 ETFs registered a first day volume of just 11 million. Bitcoin faced selling pressure during European hours after data showed poor uptake for Hong Kong's newly listed exchange traded funds tied to Bitcoin and Ethereum. The leading cryptocurrency by market value fell 2% from 63.3 to under 61 in 60 minutes at 9 UTC. Ethereum slipped 2.8 to 3,066. The 6 ETFs that commenced trading in Hong Kong on Tuesday fell far short of expectations, with a combined trading volume of just 11 million, a fraction of the expected 100 million that was anticipated. So Bitcoin ETFs accounted for 8.5 million of the tally, while Ethereum contributed the rest. So 8.5 million for Bitcoin, 2.5 million for Ethereum. So not as robust as people thought. The cumulative volume is also significantly lower than the US-based spot Bitcoin ETF's first day tally, which was 655 million. Nearly a dozen Bitcoin ETFs began trading in the US on January 11 and have pulled in nearly 12 billion in investor funds since then. Inflows, however, have recently slowed, stalling Bitcoin's uptrend. Spot ETF allow investors to take exposure to cryptocurrency without having to own it. So, a possibility here that we're again looking at some sort of little pause before we get into whatever comes next. So we'll see what that is. Now, Bitcoin price on track for the first monthly loss since August. If we look at our, here we go. If we check out Bitcoin on our monthly, then what we've been watching here for a period of time, we look at this. This has been just a really stellar run all the way back up to an all-time high. And now we are about to mint because we ended last month at 71,418. So we're going to have to be over 71,500 today. Otherwise, we're going to get that green, we're going to get that red candle being minted. So here is what it looks like on the charts right now. And that's a long, long way off. So, and by the way, on the monthly, look at the RSI on the monthly. We're way, way, way too hot for what's happening there. Now, you can say that based on this, the last time we touched over here, it took, what is this, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 20, 22 months. It took 22 months to touch the 20 MA. And last time we touched it here was 7 months ago. So, we might be a long way away from touching that. So it'll probably go up a little bit more over the next bunch of months. So shout out. We're still bullish, by the way, long term. If you look at the weekly, the weekly was not great over here. We did have that little correction. And by the way, even over here, if you look at it, we got that move. This is probably the impulse move right here. And we've just got some downward momentum. So we'll see how this plays out long term. But in the meantime, Bitcoin on track for its first red candle in the last 7 months. The largest digital asset by market capitalization commenced April with a price near 70,000. As the month draws to a close, it's presently hovering about 61, indicating a monthly decline of 12%. According to CoinGecko, Bitcoin's monthly chart candles show April as the asset's first monthly loss since August of 2023. Expanding on the data, The downturn represents the largest monthly fall since June of 2022, when Bitcoin opened the month priced around 31,000 but closed at 21,000. So, we're starting to come back down to earth, if you will. The zest, if the zest is not there anymore. So hopefully that'll pick up, but we will see. Now, in other news, there's 4 tokens launching on the Binance Launchpad that we're going to get into today, and we're going to talk about. And these are some of the top cryptocurrencies to buy after a successful debut on the Binance Launchpad for a potential 50x gain in May. And number 1 on the list is a token called AltLayer. AltLayer is a cutting-edge open source protocol for rollups, and it's revolutionizing the landscape with a restaked rollup concept, and the token name is #alt, A-L-T. This innovative approach boosts rollups derived from various frameworks like OP Stack and Arbitrum Orbit with superior security and interoperability. Using a restaking mechanism also ensures faster crypto economic finality. The alt price is currently at 35 cents, showing a decrease of 3% over the past day, with a 40% decline in the month, but a 28% gain over the past year. According to CoinMarketCap, AltLayer ranks 164th with a market cap of 394 million. Binance recently highlighted it as a potential cryptocurrency for significant gains. Binance is telling you that they think that this thing is going to explode, and I wouldn't bet against Binance. So could it go from 394 million to 4 billion and do a quick 10x? Like that's the type of move that I would think you get from Binance telling you that they think this thing is going to have a big surge. So I would be looking at AltLayer and grabbing just a little bit of it just in case this thing does go on a crazy run. Also, Manta, a dynamic player in the Web3 sphere, provide a seamless network for developers to launch decentralized applications using Solidity. This network stands out by delivering faster transaction speeds than traditional layer 1s and reducing gas costs more effectively than layer 2s. Its growing prominence is evident as its TVL has soared to 184 as of today. This surge highlights Manta as a top altcoin choice, currently at a market cap of 429 million. Network price right now, $1.71. So perfect opportunity for something to pick up. Then you have XAI. It's a groundbreaking model for merging real-world economies with cutting-edge video games. It facilitates open trading of in-game assets without needing crypto wallets, enabling gamers to own and trade valuable digital items across their favorite platform for the first time. The current value is 67 cents. Market capitalization of 187 million. GameFi, when GameFi takes over and becomes something magnificent, then this is going to be one of those that you're going to wish that you had. And then we have NFT Prompt, it's NF Prompt, NFP. It's emerging as a cutting-edge platform tailored for Web3 enthusiasts, integrating AI technology with a social and commercial ecosystem. It introduces a native token, the NFP, which plays a vital role in staking payments and rewarding creators' engagement. Additionally, NFP allows influencers to acquire exclusive collections within its SocialFi system and participate in governance decisions. This comprehensive ecosystem encompasses AI-driven content creation, a vibrant creator community, and an AI NFT marketplace. NFTs crafted on NF Prompt are tradable on BNB and OPBNB. Currently, the token is priced at 41 cents, experiencing a slight decline with a market capitalization of 103 million. These are the 4 that Binance on their launchpad think are going to take it and take this to another level very, very soon. So guys, if you haven't already, consider obviously Bitcoin we talked about, SHIB we talked about, Toncoin we talked about. Now we're talking about some lower caps over here: AltLayer, Manta, Shy, and NF Prompt. So go check those out if you will. This could be your opportunity for some big gains. Moving on. Whales, crypto whales are now buying. These are the things that are being bought most by whales. Now, this is not a sponsored or paid for article. This is an analysis by a couple of people over at BN Crypto, and they say that Cardano whales are adding a lot more Cardano. Cardano, this buying streak had a sudden uptick in the last few days as transactions worth more than 100,000 shot way up. While this is not translated to a bullish outcome for price action, Cardano's price could certainly benefit from the increased interest from whales. Now, if that happens, that usually means that there is a big move getting ready to come. That also is an indication that whales are getting comfortable with the price being in a certain range to accumulate more in order to earn yield off of it. So, you could really see that Cardano might start to just rip over the next couple of days. And of course, when Bitcoin makes a move and reverses its pattern, then the same thing happens with a lot of alts. And guys, I think that we're all kind of looking and we're seeing the expectation here is that it might all happen. By the way, the next one on the list, Toncoin. Recently entered the top 10 list and surpassed the likes of Shib and Cardano. The reason behind this rally was the disclosure in March that Telegram was looking into a potential initial public offering. As a result, whales jumped in to capitalize on a possible rally by accumulating a lot of ton. This can be noted in the surge of transaction with at more than 100,000 and transactions that are worth over $1 million. In the past 2 months, the price has gone up 238%. However, it's declined to trade at $5.35, meaning as of this point right now, it's up about 130% overall. So the last one, which is one that I think most of us probably need to really look at, is Arbitrum. Despite Arbitrum's price observing corrections for 2 months, the large wallet holders have been continuing to load up on Arbitrum. This could be an attempt to prevent further decline, but crypto whales seem to be looking at the opportunities this is a buying opportunity. The anticipation of a rally following Bitcoin halving was one of the biggest driving factors for crypto whale accumulation. However, crypto whales might also look forward to booking profits due to the upcoming token unlock on May 16. I told you guys before there's going to be a big unlock on Arbitrum coming. That's in our token unlocks. Over 3.5% of the circulating supply, around 100 million, will be poured into the market. This will likely cause a negative impact. So I would be watching out for another accumulation opportunity on the Arbitrum token, currently trading at about 99 cents right now. Looks like this on the weekly, on the 1 hour. Of course, the market is in sell-off mode a little bit for the moment, but let's not forget when we get to the daily that this thing was at $2.40 not that long ago. We are at the start of the bull market. This is the moment where you want to make sure that you have a good amount in your bag, because there will be an absolute moment where these altcoins start to take off. Did Hong Kong just kick off altcoin season? The answer to that question right now is it appears that the answer is no. However, long term, let's not forget, before I say, and I am saying no right now, but I do want to point out that this is January right here. Okay, this was where we were right before the Ethereum halving. I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see this just a little bit better. We'll increase the size on the screen here. So this is the day that the ETFs launched right here. And you can see that right after that, we had this enormous move to the downside. This could be an indication, by the way, and this is a daily chart. So you're looking at about 14 days. So there was a move back to this downside, an enormous downside move, in fact. So that being said, if that's what happened there, then that might be what we're seeing here as well. So when that happens, then there was a correction. We got that big spike right there. And then the next thing you know, it was off to the races, because it turns out that people were excited and that the data was there and that all we needed was that moment in time. But I mean, again, this is the 11th right here and the 12th over here, the day after. This is where we get this enormous move to the downside. What are we seeing today? An enormous move to the downside. How far down do we go? Well, the percentage from this dip, from top to bottom, was 16.5%. And over here, excuse me, 16.5% is going to be right here at about 54,000. Now, I said 52,000 was going to be the number. So we're within the range of where a potential dip could end up, which is down in this range right there. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to be seeing something happen. But here's the thing. Find yourself some whale wallets and accumulate what the whales are accumulating. You know what I mean? That's the best thing that I can tell you to do. If you're unsure about what to do in the market, I don't follow some of these guys, so I have no idea what they're accumulating at this point. But It'll be a good opportunity for you to find out. Now, let's talk about the final important thing for me today, and that is Shibarium. So, this is not oversimplified, but it is kind of beneficial here, and I'm going to point it out to you and show it to you. And this is somebody took the time to tell you exactly what is going on by oversimplifying what's going on in Shibarium ecosystem. So let's oversimplify. Bone pays gas on Shibarium Net, which is the main only L2 blockchain for SHIB tokens. It's a proof of stake chain, which means it's run by validators. Validators earn Bone for providing computing power. As a Bone holder, you can delegate to a validator to help secure the network and to earn yield. Treat can be thought of as an extra tip on Shibarium L2 transactions to make them private. K9 runs staking infrastructure for Shibarium. It is a governance token and a stake to earn from validators that use the K9 DAO infrastructure. KN Bone is a 1.1 representation of Bone that can be delegated to a validator using the K9 infrastructure. KN Bone can only be minted when someone delegates and locks their Bone. When someone redeems their Bone, the corresponding K Bone is destroyed. There are never fractional reserves. KM Bone allows you to delegate to a validator, secure the network, earn yield, and receive a receipt token in return that you can use in all other aspects of Shibarium. As a SHIB Army community, it is important that we can simplify our story together. Humans love storytelling. So this tells you exactly how the Shibarium ecosystem works. Any word on Ben staking? No, I have no idea. In fact, I haven't talked to Ben about Ben other than, I sent that I did something for him the other day, and then I got a video coming out today where I'm just going to kind of clown on the people who were like, Ben, cool, Bytard is going to be Ben, and doing that stupid shit. So and it's going to be a short, so I have no idea. I've reached out several times to Cassie, and she hasn't responded to me. Ben talks to me all the time, but I haven't really talked to Cassie. So they are obviously very, very busy, is the best I can say there. And that's all I know, really. But again, I haven't talked to anybody in their ecosystem for days now. So all right, now let's move on. And that was the end of that. So let's look at token unlocks. Again, May, we've got a big Arbitrum one coming up. It's going to be on page 2 over here. Where is the big unlock? Arbitrum, here we go. Arbitrum with a $2.63 billion market cap is going to unlock $91.5 million worth of tokens. Ape is going to unlock 18 million with a 740 million market cap. IMX is going to unlock 48 million. So there's a lot coming next month. And Avalanche, 12 billion, is unlocking 312 million next month. So be aware of these. Do you think SHIB's making their own layer 3 platform? Actually, that's I think I think that's probably what they're doing in order to create an additional burn. The good part about SHIB is that I think they've recognized that they've screwed up the burn process and that they did not do anything close to what they I feel we're obligated to do for the people who have supported them, and that is to burn significant amounts of supply. The amount that they're burning right now is just dumb. Even if, by the way, you say, well, they're burning a lot of tokens. They could be burning a lot of tokens, but they have so many more tokens than you even realize that it's, if you're burning 1 billion a day, then it's going to take 1,000 days to burn 1 trillion, and they have 569 trillion in the circulating supply. People were looking to see way more than that being burned. They were looking to see a lot more than what we're getting right now. So again, if you just consider that it was a colossal failure what they did with this whole price action, what they've done with everything was an absolute and utter colossal failure. And here's the best part. The best part is it's an L2. So what happened? You got the Den Kun upgrade with Ethereum, and what did that do? that fixed the fees and lowered the fees on all the L2. So, if you were being charged a penny for a transaction on Shibarium, now you're being charged a tenth of a penny. So the amount of burns is even lower now than it was in the beginning. And to be fair, like I don't even see any burns that they've done at this point. Like, they're not announcing, they're not making a big deal out of it. So there's some questions, some real questions that you might be able to ask about that community at this point, and about the people who are leaders and what they're doing over there, because a lot of it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, but some people like them no matter what. Those guys are fine. Anyway, so looking at the liquidity heat map, let's do a refresh on this before we start talking about it, so that we know exactly where Bitcoin went while we were having this conversation. Would look like, I'm sure, that we swept into whatever liquidity pool it is. And yes, we did. So we came down here, most likely move for Bitcoin back up to 62,500, maybe 61,900 if there's no motivation. Now, on the longer time frames, there's still probably, we're going to go to the week. We're going to skip the 3-day. On the weekly, it looks like it looks like we really swept through the entire liquidity pool. There's still going to be some down in this range, but the beacon of light up here is still, it's continuing to glow. Like that's what we're, when you look at model 2 here, this should tell you where Bitcoin is going to go next. Okay, so it looks like it's probably coming down a little bit more, because it looks like the amount, the full amount is still in this range. So I would expect to come down of sorts through this until it's done. And this doesn't look very hot down here. So we might see, and by the way, we could be looking at that. Let's go to the weekly. I'm sorry. We were looking at the daily. There we go. All right, so there might be a continued sweep down into this range through 59,000. Doesn't look like we're going to go that much further, because there's not a lot sitting there, but there's a big time reversal in play up to about 65, 66,000. So mayhap we will see some positive price action coming pretty soon. So right now, we're still looking at downward momentum, but on the hour chart, I think we've got one green candle, meaning that we're bouncing off of and it might be wild here that I'm saying this. We're bouncing off of this line right here. That line was not me giving you a spot where I think it's going to bounce. By the way, the bounce is, I think, probably down here. This was just me saying that, what I would expect to see play out would be a move to the downside to this line right here, and then a bounce off of that line. That's what that was for. And that was on the daily, I want to say. Yes, that was on the daily. So we're consolidating, and we're continuing to do what we were doing before. And again, what I told you guys, and I don't know, look, not everybody tuned into it, so let me just go back over it real quick. What happened before is we had this big move, this robust sort of move right here, and then it came back down here, touched the 100 MA, bounced a few days off of this 100 MA, and then boom, we were off to the races. Okay, so if you come over here, and let's erase a little bit here and do the same thing that we were just doing. I'm going to pop that off. And all right, so there we go. Now, again, the 100 MA is moving in this direction. So the most likely play out is a move to touch this area right here. Once it hits this area, might kind of range for a couple days along here, but then we'll start to see some accelerated movement towards the upside. So for me, I'm looking at 59,800 roughly as a pretty decent entry point. Now, here's the important thing. If you are risk on, and by that I mean if you are using leverage, then there is a possibility if you enter at 59-ish thousand, using anything more than, I want to say, about 5x leverage, that you're going to get liquidated. There is a real possibility that that it's going to end up continuing to come down. Abdul Jabbar, you once said Lunk will rise in last Christmas and did not happen. So what I said was somebody else said that that was going to happen. And in fact, since Christmas over here, since Christmas over here, We've gone all the way up to 3 zeros 25.20. Now, if you didn't cash out, then that's you being irresponsible. That's not me. If you are not smartly taking profits along the way and then DCAing your way into a risk asset like you should be, then yes, you shouldn't watch me because you're not going to learn anything anyway. So I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in when you did. But if you're not doing it the right way and you're blaming me because of your poor decisions, that's you, not me. And Xander, I have not looked at call yet. I haven't had the time. Last night was me time for a little while anyway, so I didn't really get a shot, but I will get a moment to check it out. Anyway, so we get to move down here, bounce along this range probably. And by the way, that does mean that we could break down into here and we could be under it for a little while. Like it could, it might not be as easy as I'm making it out to be. It might not look as cute as I draw it out to be. So this might be a little bit different. We could see a move just down underneath. We could even see it come down in here and test 52.4 before it starts to move the opposite way. And here's the thing: when you're in doubt, zoom out. And if you zoom out on Bitcoin, then it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going. We just got to the halving and we're already at the all-time high. This was the all-time high right here. This was the move that we got the last time. This was, look, and look, I'm not making it simple, but if you just consider this was the last move from the halving, and you go look at where we were during the halving, because the shit happens over and over and over. But if you come over here and look at what happened during the halving, and you put this is where we were during the halving, then at least $125,000. God damn it. I did do that, didn't I? All right. So what I did was I took this little, from this range to this range represented this line right here. So then I just put that line right there where we were on the halving, and it's telling me that the next move is probably 125,000. Now, when I say the next move, don't be stupid. The next move over here for that didn't take the day of the halving. It took 551 bars, so 551 days before we got to that all-time high. So where does that look like over here? Well, if we come over here and we look at 500 days, it's going to be right there. So it's going to be the late part of 2025. So, you know what I mean? Just silly. Just fucking silly. Um, we're going to end up in a great place. Now, here's the other part, by the way. All of these other tokens, they're going to do the same thing. They're all going to have these big moves. The ones that maintain support, the ones that stay supported, the ones that continue to do and build in their ecosystems. When they do that, then yeah, we're going to have we're going to have a big ass run. It's going to establish new paradigms for a lot of different tokens. We're going to create new floors. In fact, the new floor most probably is going to be, again, like our new floor. Remember, it was the top over here from the previous cycle. That became the floor for later. So our new floor, probably 69,000, right? I mean, like, we're watching it. We're not stupid, right? We're not, are we? I mean, we're not. I mean, surely we're not, right? Same thing over here. The previous highs become your bounce area for the next cycle. So we, no matter what we do up here, we come up here and we really kind of just rip into 120,000, 150,000, whatever number it ends up being. Then we're going to have another move down here and an opportunity to accumulate, most probably in this sort of range right here. And that sort of range right there is going to be between, let's call it 69,000 and like 85,000. So, I mean, it's going to end up being just crazy. So, um, what do you think? What do you think a Volt will do? I shit. I'm hesitant and I'm pausing, not because I don't like Volt, not because I don't like it's gonna at some point it's just gonna absolutely rip, and it's gonna it will have been worth it, all of it. It's in GameFi, it's in AI, it's got its hand into everything. Most probably they're gonna have to lean harder into one single lane, if you will, before anything incredible starts to happen. But I mean, for the moment right now, I think that people have to find projects, and they're not going to find projects in this market right now. This is a Bitcoin market, and I want to stress that, by the way. I know, and look, we've had nice runs. We've had. I mean, look at what Solana did. Look at what Arbitrum did. Look at what a couple of these other different tokens have done so far. And you have to say that we've had a nice little a nice little pre pump. Now, I did a video not a few days ago where we talked about how the market structure looks like for some of these. Bitcoin minted an all-time high. We come over to Cardano. Cardano, not even close. Not even close. Not even breaking out. Like it was $3 last time. If we were actually in that bull run, if we were in something, then this would have, kind of taken off a little bit more. Not even close. Now, on the other hand, we look at Solana. Solana had a nice little recovery up to 200 from their previous 260. By the way, it's a newer project. So some of these newer projects are getting, a little bit of movement and a little bit of positivity. But and it's, by the way, very diverse how this is playing out. If you look at this one right here, Atom, this is Cosmos, the Cosmos system, the ecosystem right here. This is going to be the biggest ecosystem, I think, not named Ethereum, because Cosmos is where people continue to build. Now, what does it look like over here? There ain't shit pumping over here on Cosmos and Atom. It was at $44 in the last bull run. So are we in a bull run? No. Ethereum. So Ethereum, how did Ethereum do? Came back pretty close, because it's one of those high level in the moment sort of assets. So it had another rally just like Bitcoin. But Render is brand new. Render is a brand new sort of project that was just barely out at the end of the bull run. So it came all the way down here to 26 cents, and now boom, busts up here to an all-time high. And we look at that and we say, well, oh, that means that everything's going to pump. Well, no, not exactly. This is just something that this one got real lucky. Partnership with NVIDIA is gigantic. But BNB, it also did the same thing, because it's one of the top coins. It's one of those things that everybody's kind of watching. But as you move around in the Crow ecosystem, Crow, very active. Crypto.com, very present in crypto. No pump whatsoever. I mean, well, it got a pump, a 3x, but nothing huge. Ban protocol. Let's go back and look at Ban. Ban has barely done anything. Like when you start to zoom out and you start to really look at all of these different tokens, then you should realize that there's a lot of them that just have not taken off yet. Filecoin had a nice little run up, but I mean, when you start to look at where it was, like holy shit! Like it doesn't matter how big this nice little recovery was. Like it is minuscule compared to where it was before. Even Manta that we just talked about, it's fairly new. It had its nice little run up at the beginning over here, and now it's way down here. So, this is just a product of this market. Shib is a perfect, is another perfect example here. We had a nice little run up. This is kind of in the middle, if you will. It's kind of in the middle right here, and then boom. What did we do? We came back down all the way to the 100 MA, by the way, and bounced off of that. And now we're looking to gain support and to find a way. But I mean, if you look at it, the top here, the previous top here, like we're still in a downward, it's still downward trajectory. We're not in that up only sort of, we're not in that up only sort of path. So it's going to take a little while before we get off in this market and really start to soar. I don't have Volt on my list here anymore. I got Volt over here right now. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, I don't have Volt on this list either. Ain't that a bitch? All right, well, I guess we'll just throw it back into here. I don't know why it's not on there. I don't remember exactly which one. We're just going to use the one here. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not using any of these. MEXC. We'll use MEXC. There we go. That's the V3. All right. So Volt, you can. I mean, like, as a matter of fact, even though it's not the same, I mean, you can see right here, like, there's no momentum. When we get momentum every time, um, no, it got stolen from me. It got stolen from me. My wallet got hacked, and I have $50, which I think is like $57 right now on MEXC. So I don't have that much. So anyway, the pump. This was originally where we were in that previous launch. It comes way 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 down. You know what I mean? So this is this the launch right here? Yeah, because it was April Fools and we really weren't, we were doing it, but then we really weren't, and then et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, so there it is. That's the chart, the way that it looks. And you can see right now there's just no momentum towards that upside. There's that big spike at the beginning, but then this comes into play right here and still downward pressure. We're not breaking out. So there's no there's no one, there's gonna have to be a breakout. And guys, by the way, I told you all when we were talking about this before, that if there was no breakout at this point and we didn't break out up here, then it was coming back down, and we did not break out and it came back down. So, you know what I mean? No, you know what? I'm not even in their, I'm not even their Telegram anymore. And by the way, I did talk to Voltoshi about it, and I talked to Crypto Che, and you guys might have seen I was wearing a brand new Volt shirt the other day. I'm still volted. I'm still, as a matter of fact, he sent me a new sticker, which I put back up here. So I'm still volted. I'm still, I'm always going to be Volt Army, but I don't need to deal with noob shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's the cool thing about people like Pablo and Power. These guys didn't take shit from people, and they would just ban you if you started talking shit. Well, now there's a bunch of people in there who don't mind shit talking and stuff like that, and even support it. So that's a little bit too toxic, if you will. So I'll be on sidelines. I'll still be volted because I believe in Voltoshi, and I believe that everybody in there is going to have a big run. But I don't need to engage with those people in order to do that. And as a matter of fact, and as a matter of fact, I will say, I went into the chat the other day and I said something, and like what I said was actually very simple. And then I said, like, I got supported by the Ben community. Like, the Ben community sent me tokens. Volt community is like, figure it out yourself. And then I said that I had like $50, and they're like, you can't afford to just buy every Friday when you get paid or anything like that. Like, that's what it was. And it was Game Bangers, Young Light. It was YL, the guy that I thought was on my side. And like, he even started to clown on it, like, you can't afford to buy like every Friday or something like that. Like, first of all, you don't know me. You only know me from right here. So then I just said, you know what, I don't need this shit. So I left, and then I talked to Crypto Che, and I told him, like, sorry man, like, I don't mean to be a dick about this. Like, I'm just getting out of there. That's just toxic for me. And then Crypto Che and I talked it, and I said, like, I appreciate you, man. You've been here since the beginning. I appreciate everybody who's been here since the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are important to me, but I don't have time for that bullshit. Like, I don't, And then I said, and then I reached out to Voltoshi, and he was like, yeah, I just read through it, man. Sorry about that. And I was, I just, there was no reason, you know what I mean? So there was no reason for me to be in there. So I'm out, and I still have tokens, and I'll still continue to accumulate tokens when I want to accumulate tokens, not every Friday when I get paid. Because if I followed that financial advice, by the way, I just want you guys to see, if I follow this financial advice that YL is giving me, I'd be fucking broke, right? I mean, accumulate at the bottom. Don't just accumulate because it's Friday. It's nonsense. You know what I mean? So if I accumulated here in March at, whenever this was 8,000, it was at 608. If I accumulated right there, then the amount of my bag is now cut in half. Now, this is a good time to accumulate, by the way. This would actually be a good time to accumulate. This is gonna be one of the last shots that you get to accumulate, but it could still come down. I mean, the market is still coming down. So, I mean, go out and buy your bags. You know what I mean? But if you listen to the here and now, I do it too, by the way. I'm not when I say YL or anybody like that. I do the same thing. Like I'll tell you, go buy and do this, but I'm not always the one that tells you to go also make sure that you sell. You know what I mean? So make sure that you get your make sure that you get yours. You know what I mean? Like that's the important part. Always make sure that you get yours. It was supposed to be an apple tree model. Well, it used to have taxes when it was an apple tree model, and that was the cool way. The apple tree, by the way, that was an analogy that Power came up with, or somebody came up with to try to. I don't think it was Ozzy. I think it was Power that came up with it, and that apple tree was about just taking a little bit and blah 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 blah, because there was a tax to it, and the only way that you can accumulate on top of people is to convince people to hodl. And that's what was going on. And if you sell or if you sold, I mean, let's face facts, guys. We had Pablo, we had Power, we had all these guys telling you that I said 5 billion market cap was going to be my target, and they said that I was fudding, that it's going to be 50 billion, bro. Well, if it's going to be 50 billion, bro, why is Pablo not in it anymore? Why is Power not in it anymore? If they know it's an easy 50 billion, do you know what I'm saying? Why would you give up money like that? Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to say. I trust Voltoshi. I trust the process, and I know that Volt is going to erupt at some point, and it's going to have a massive move. Like I know that to be like in my brain, that's the most factually accurate thing that I can even think of. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that to be the case. But toxic is toxic. I don't have time for that shit. You know what I mean? If Voltoshi ever reaches out and says, "Hey, we'd like you to do like promotional videos or something like that," I will drop everything to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I will drop everything to do that because I like the project, I like the people, I like everything that they've built. I even sit around still to this day and play some of these games. Like I was on Volt Island the other day just because I opened up my Steam app and I was like, you know what? Let me fuck around with this game for a little bit. So I'm still there. I don't have time in my life to put up bullshit. So anti-BS model engaged. So let's move on to some of the alts over here and let's look at them. Zella Boba. I told you guys this is Arbitrum, by the way. Arbitrum Zella Boba. That at some point this thing's going to get a nice little pump going, and it did get a little bit of a reversal going off of this dip. Got a long way to go, but this is this is an accumulation thing. Like what does it look like in the bull market? Not what does it look like today when the entire crypto ecosphere is like collapsing around you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and by the way, I do have a VDSC NFT. Somebody gave me one. So you know what I mean? And then Dev E is a little bit up. You know what I mean? And then we've got Success Kid, which is having a little bit of a move. Avic Pay, an announcement's coming for Avic Pay, I think by the end of this month. So for anybody who, or not this month, or sometime in next month, I think they've got something really massive that they're about to announce on Avic Pay. So you didn't hear it from me. I'm not partnered with or anything like that anymore. So I don't get inside details, but I got a feeling because they told me before something was coming. So I think something is coming and it's going to be pretty big. I realize now what I'm just saying here. Brett down 18%, MVP down 14, Bro down 12, 13%. Trump at 428. Guys, Trump is at 420. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. If ever you're looking for a goddamn signal in cryptocurrency, if ever you're looking for a signal, Trump is at 420. God damn it. If that's not a buy signal, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. By the way, this is a dip beyond this accumulation zone that we were going on. And this was a pretty good accumulation area right here for a continuation and breakout. Remember, we've got this downside momentum happening right now. We get this push down. So this could come down to that 336 level. If it does, opportunity of a lifetime, guys. Sell the house. for Donnie Dingbat and buy right there, because this thing is still going to do $1 billion market cap. We're still getting to the point of the election where people are going to find this. People in crypto are going to find it, and this thing is going to absolutely explode. So, check it out if you haven't. Again, I'm not partnered with them, but I certainly I know that this Trump token is going to do $1 billion market cap. So it's 5x from where it is right now. Also, Xverse over here. I just did a video for this project. It down, again, with the rest of the market on the day. It's a brand new risk asset, but it's got 163 million in liquidity, 35 million market cap. So I think it's going to have a big reversal. They just played their first tournament and they gave away, I want to say $50,000 in their first tournament. So I got a sense that it's probably going to have a big time reversal. Myro feeling like the rest of the market, everybody's just kind of pulling out right now and dunking on all the prices. And I mean, it is what it is, but still, by the way, long term, we're just really just in this range right here that we've been on for a long period of time. The last time we got down into a range like this right here, in this kind of zone, we ended up popping back up to the 20-cent range. So I would expect something like that to happen again. The last time we were in this range for a consistent period of time, remember, that was when we first blew up to 45 cents. So, you know what I mean? There's a Fit in Crypto says, have you dived into the Kronos DeFi? I did not. Not done very much with Kronos DeFi at this point. There's only so much time, you know what I mean? And nobody from that Kronos ecosystem has approached me and said, hey, we'd like you to do something. I mean, Luna Classic, I've got representation with Luna Classic. I'm partnered with somebody who has me covering their entire ecosystem. I would love to have that with other blockchains, you know what I mean? But Bonk, Pork, Ben, Dog with Hat, all of these right now, these are buy opportunities. And I would not just ape into something. I would just buy a little bit right now as an opportunity and see what happens. Like, grab yourself a little bit of Ben, grab yourself a little bit of Dog with Hat, grab yourself a little bit of Floki. And if it goes down some more, DCA your way into it so that you get a better price rate, so that when it reverses and it starts to pick up steam, that you're in profit a lot quicker. And then, it's going to be, and AVIC, yeah, it's a BNB coin. So what they're doing, by the way, they've got their own centralized exchange that they're about to launch, which seems to me to be a pretty big deal. And they're going to be launching it in places where they're already licensed and ready to go. So I just feel like with I think it's got $1 million market cap and like almost 200,000, almost 200,000 liquidity. With what it's got going on and how much money is sitting there in it right now, I feel like this thing is probably going to have like a nice big move. And the people that are involved in it are involved in some other big projects, which I think are going to end up having a big move. And they don't promote this. Like, they wanted to get it out because they thought something was going to happen. Like they're building an island. There's a lot of wild stuff that's happening right now with AVIC Pay. You should definitely check it out if you haven't already. And see, there it is. Rashid Ball out. He knows 420 Trump. Like, how the hell can you not accumulate Trump tokens at 420? I mean, it seems like it just seems like. Anyway, guys, that's my time for the day. I got to get out of here. I got a Chicago Bears podcast to do. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's time right now to pay the bills. Hit the like button on your way out. I would appreciate that. And if you can, leave a comment on the video after the ad. Cryptonomy.finance is your venture capital investment fund. If you're looking to launch a project and you need seed capital, contact Cryptonomy.finance today. They have a $74 million investment fund, and they processed over $10 billion in the last 5 years. So far, guys, on my flexible account, I've earned 0.001 Bitcoin. On my fixed account, this is where it gets interesting. We're going to make another deposit here, 0.5 Bitcoin. We're going to do this for 12 months again. We've created another staking protocol with a half a Bitcoin for the next 1 year. Checking my Ethereum holdings, you can see that by the end of this vesting process, I will have 3.23 Ethereum more than the 3 that I put in. And the most important thing, gentlemen, ladies, the Launchpad. The Launchpad is still producing significant yields on every launch. My accrued interest so far, a little bit over $109,000. Can't stress to you enough, guys. Check out Cryptonomy.finance today if you need venture capital.